When the world celebrated chemistry as progress, one woman challenged everything with a single book. What is true wealth? The choice of Rachel Carson. How should we live? Lessons from great lives. In 1907, Rachel Carson was born in rural Pennsylvania, USA. She spent her childhood surrounded by farm animals, forests, and streams. She loved writing as much as nature. Her essays were published in children's magazines, winning cash prizes. She dreamed of becoming a writer. She enrolled at Pennsylvania College for Women to major in English literature. Her father sold part of the family farm. Her mother sold her prized china to pay her tuition. But then, a required biology class in her second year changed everything. After much struggle, she changed her major from literature to zoology. At the time, science was seen as a man's field, leaving little room for women. With a scholarship and a promising future as a writer, it was a difficult choice. After graduation, she spent 6 weeks at a marine laboratory. For the first time, Carson saw the ocean she had dreamed of since childhood. She decided to specialize in marine zoology. That fall, she entered Johns Hopkins University to study zoology. But then, during the Great Depression, she gave up pursuing a PhD to support her family of 6 and applied for a government job. She became the first woman biologist at the US Bureau of Fisheries. She was assigned to write radio scripts and pamphlets about the sea and fish. It was the perfect job, bringing together the 2 things she loved most: nature and writing. Through her work, Carson rediscovered the joy of writing. In her spare time, she began writing a book, and then she published Under the Sea Wind, The Sea Around Us, The Edge of the Sea, The Sea Trilogy. Her writing brought the sea to life. Grounded in research and fieldwork, her books became bestsellers. Carson became a celebrated author. Then, one day, at age 51, Carson received a letter. It was from a friend who owned a bird sanctuary. The state's insecticide spraying is killing the birds. Please help stop it. In the 1950s, after World War II, scientific progress was seen as the key to prosperity. Synthetic chemicals boosted farming and reduced disease. They were hailed as saviors of humanity and miracle chemicals. But then, heavy use of pesticides led to reports of mass deaths among birds, butterflies, and small animals. Synthetic chemicals didn't break down in nature. They built up through the food chain and eventually entered our bodies. The more she investigated, the darker the truth became. Yet, the authorities and the media remained silent. At last, Carson decided to speak out through her writing. Though it was outside her field, she worked with over 100 scientists and experts. Fighting illness and cancer, she kept writing. Then, in September 1962, after 4 years, at last, Silent Spring was published. Beginning with a fictional town, the book scientifically exposed how chemicals could harm both nature and people. As soon as it was published, it sparked a huge debate and quickly became a bestseller. The chemical industry fiercely attacked her and even called for the book to be banned. But Carson had the evidence. She stood her ground. The one who settled the debate was President John F. Kennedy. The President's Science Advisory Committee confirmed the dangers of synthetic chemicals. It recommended restricting their widespread use, with the goal of banning them. Carson had won. Then, 2 years later, without seeing its impact spread across the world, Carson passed away at the age of 56. After Carson's death, the US established the EPA, and toxic pesticides, including DDT, were gradually banned. Silent Spring was translated into over 30 languages and inspired environmental movements around the world. One book made the world rethink what wealth really means. Rachel Carson said, "The true wealth of a nation lies in its soil, water, forests, minerals, and wildlife. To protect our planet, we need the ability to wonder, to be moved, and to stand in awe of nature. That is the sense of wonder." We now stand at a crossroads. One road is a smooth highway, but it leads to ruin. The other is the road less traveled, but it leads to a living planet. The choice is ours. Do what must be done as a human being. SHIDO, the human way.